Thank you to President Bailey, the trustees of Teachers College, Columbia University, and the Medal of Distinguished Service Committee for your generous recognition. It is an honor to be here with all of you on this very special day. So my work is about the difficulty that people face doing something simple, speaking up truthfully at work. Now, holding back a relevant thought or question is all but second nature for many people in the workplace. But this reluctance to take interpersonal risk gives rise to the risk of bad decisions, business failures, and even to fatal accidents. For years, this was a conversation I was having in writing, largely with other academics. One day, that changed. Okay, it's February 16th, 2016, and the Sunday New York Times Magazine annual work issue has arrived. I glance at the headlines. One jumps out at me. What Google learned in its quest to build the perfect team. Subtitle, New research reveals surprising truths about why some teams thrive and others falter. My heart sank. I study teams. This is my area of expertise, and I have just been scooped by Google. Google, with its impressive analytics, has apparently uncovered the secret of effective teamwork. With a sigh, I sat down to read. The long article's first few pages report multiple dead ends, factors tested one after another that do not predict team performance. Whatever the surprising truths about why some teams thrive, this article will not reveal them quickly. And finally, the answer. The secret ingredient of team effectiveness? Psychological safety. Psychological safety? This is the concept that I introduced into the team's literature with my dissertation research. And Google has even used my survey measure of the concept. I'm starting to feel a little better. But the good feeling soon fades as I contemplate the date. My dissertation paper was published in 1999. It's now 2016. That is a 17-year lag waiting for relevance. Biologists move from bench to bedside, lab to cure in less time than that. Oh well. So what is psychological safety? It's a belief that your context, your team, is safe for interpersonal risk. Interpersonal risk is anything that brings the possibility of embarrassment or rejection. And speaking up about a mistake or a problem, disagreeing with the boss, sharing a wild idea, all of those bring risk. So psychological safety, this is important. It does not mean being comfortable. It means permission to tell the truth. And this is often uncomfortable. So why might psychological safety explain team performance at Google? And why might it matter for you? Psychological safety matters because we live in a world that keeps changing. Our success and our organization's success depends on our ability to learn together. And learning together depends on our being willing to speak truth, not just to power, but to each other. This simple idea explains why there are now hundreds of peer-reviewed studies in psychology, healthcare, education that show that psychological safety enables learning, performance, quality, and even reduced burnout. The importance of learning in today's world, I don't need to tell you this, motivated me many years ago to pursue a Ph.D. I wanted to know what it took to build a learning organization. Inspired by TC's own professor, Victoria Marsick, and Chris Argyris at Harvard, I wanted to add something useful, something actionable to this body of work. So, to succeed in a fast-changing world, you and your organizations must keep learning. Now, I predict many successes for all of you here today. But along the way, there will be things that go wrong, Little setbacks and major disappointments alike will be part of your journey towards success. Failure is my new obsession. I don't mean to be negative. I just think we must make friends with failure in order to succeed in new territory. This is not a new idea. There is a perhaps apocryphal story about Thomas Edison. A lab assistant approaches the famous inventor to express compassion about the many failures that Edison has endured. Edison, reportedly, turns to the young man and says, "Failure? I have not failed. I have found 10,000 ways that don't work." Scientists and inventors are expert failers, but so is soccer star and Olympic gold medalist Abby Wambach, who said in her 2018 commencement speech at Barnard College, "Failure means you are in the game." Failure, she explained, is not something to be ashamed of. It's something to be powered by. But these failures, Edison's and Wambach's, are of a very special type. I call them intelligent failures. What makes a failure intelligent? First, it occurs while pursuing a goal that you care about. Second, it takes place in new territory. Third, it tests a hypothesis. And finally, it's as small as possible. Let me be clear. Successful people do not experience more preventable failures than the rest of us. Failures caused by inattention or laziness, we should strive to avoid. When you text and drive and get into an accident, that is an entirely preventable failure. When a Citibank employee accidentally checked the wrong box and wired $900 million to a group of lenders, it was a particularly expensive preventable failure. Yes, to err is human. But at our best, with vigilance and teamwork, we can catch and correct small mistakes before they turn into consequential failures. When Edison or Wambach extol the virtues of failure, they're talking about intelligent failure. To achieve, you must take risks and accept the failures that will come along the way as stepping stones on the path. Which brings us again to psychological safety. Psychological safety creates space for smart risks. It also helps people speak up about mistakes when there's still time to prevent harm. My research has documented devastating organizational failures that could have been prevented had people spoken up truthfully in a timely way. So what do you need to do to build psychological safety for truth and learning in your next chapter? Humility, curiosity, empathy. Humility does not mean false modesty. It means wisdom to know that you don't know. Curiosity is about reinvigorating a desire to learn. Curiosity prompts you to ask good questions and to listen deeply. Empathy allows you to respond to others in ways that help everyone learn. In response to a failure, you might ask, "How can I help?" Not, "How could you have let that happen?" Humility, curiosity, and empathy are building blocks of the psychological safety that we all need to thrive in a changing world. And to do that, to thrive in a changing world, you must aim high. Team up, fail well, learn fast, and repeat. The cycle never stops. Louisa May Alcott, the 19th century novelist, wrote, "I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship." We know the future will bring storms, so let us learn to sail our ship together with truth and integrity into the future. Thank you.